Good morning, class 5 students. This is Karan Said. You are watching Facts Being Taught. Today we are going to continue this chapter. This chapter's name was Hot and the Equatorial Region. This was the chapter number 4 of your book. So open your book on this page number. Go to the page number go to the page number 28. That is, we are going to discuss. We have already studied about these things, how the life of people. We are going to study this point here today in this lecture. But previously we have already discussed about the climate, about the wildlife, about the forest, about the climatic conditions there in the hot and humid equatorial region. So those who have missed the class, just I'm giving you a reminder that this is, suppose that what is the equatorial region? The countries which falls on the equator during this suppose that on this line, so that countries will be considered an equatorial region. Today in this chapter we are going to study this point, human life. So what is human life? How the human life is existing in this tough situation. Life is not very easy in those regions. So we will study. In the equatorial region, most of the people living in the cities along the coast, as living conditions within the rainforest are very difficult. Hunting, agriculture, fishing, forestry, and mining are some of the main occupations of the people. So people, those who are staying in this part of the world, they have only some very less scope for the occupation or for employment. So some of the people are involved in farming, agriculture, forestry, and mining, fishing, etc. Small group of tribal people continue to live in the rainforest. There are some tribal people. Tribal people means the people those who live in the forest areas. So they live in those areas, and some hunters and gatherers. Some are hunters and gatherers. It means some of those tribes, they kill the animals and eat them up. Along with that, they gather some food products, some eatables from the forest, like fruits, roots, leaves, etc. They eat them up. So others practice the shifting agriculture. What is the shifting agriculture means? Suppose that this is a piece of land where it is thinly populated. There are a lot of trees, a lot of forests are there. So what they will do now? They will cut down this tree and grow crops in this patch of the land. They will grow crops. After doing this, they will do it for 5 years. Suppose that 5 years, and after that, if this particular soil, this particular land loses its fertility, it means it is not in the condition to grow crops. Then what they do, they cut other tree and they just go upside, and now they are growing the crop on this patch of land. So that this is how it takes place. This is known as shifting agriculture. It means they are growing crops here. After a few years, they will shift it from other place to that place to other place. They will cut down the trees and they will grow crops there onwards. So that is known as shifting agriculture. One of the oldest methods of the cultivation. In this method, a patch of the ground is cleared by cutting trees and burning them. After cutting the trees, they burn it, and the ash of the burnt trees, they make the soil fertile. This is how the crops are grown in those regions. The ash makes the soil fertile. Ash means the remaining of the fire, the remaining dust of the like burnt trees. So that makes the soil fertile. Along with that, the clear plot of the land is cultivated for a few years till it loses its fertility, and it keep on doing the same thing. So around 300 years ago, European traders introduced the plantation farming in this part of the world. In this equatorial region, in this farm, farming crops are grown on the large farms called plantations. Some of these crops are grown plantation: rubber, tea, coca, pineapple, and bananas. Plantation crop means where a farmer has to plant the tree only once, and they will harvest it for 10 to 20 years. Only once they are planting the trees, and after that they will keep on cutting the fruits for many years. Suppose that tea plant is planted once and leaves keep on coming for next 20 years, 10 years. So that kind of crops or that kind of plants are known as plantation crops. So the main examples of these are rubber, tea, coca and pineapple. Coca is a farm product which is used to make chocolates and not coffee, chocolates, yeah. And bananas are also similar kind of plantation crop. Malaysia is the world's largest producer of the rubber. Malaysia is a country where it falls in the southern part of Asia. This falls somewhere here. So this is the highest producer of rubber. Rubber is used to make tires, shoes, erasers, garters, and etc. There are many products which are made by rubber. Malaysia is the world's largest producer of the rubber. Coca is cultivated mainly in the Ivory Coast, in the Ghana, in West Africa and Malaysia. In Southern Africa, in West Africa, if you particularly talk about the African continent, it falls the Ghana and the Costa Rica islands. This falls in the Western Africa. These are the main producers of the coca. Coca means that the coca beans, that is the seed of the plant, and it is powdered after grinding it, and that powder is used in making the chocolates. Now, challenges facing this region. One of the main challenges facing these regions today is not bring about the economic progress without destroying the environment. The large-scale cutting of the trees, mining, timber, agriculture, and ranching, threatening the life of the tribal place. It is also endangered for the wildlife region. Deforestation has also led the soil erosion, which is affecting the agricultural output of the region. What happens? If they are doing like cutting the trees and growing the crops, then what is happening? They are destroying the forest. They are disturbing the wildlife. They are disturbing the tribal people. So that will be very harmful. That kind of progress is not required there. They are not willing to have that kind of development. So that area is not very developed. There are no roads, there are no electricity is not generated everywhere, and those part of the world is not very developed. So this concludes the chapter. Now today I'm giving you a homework of write down these new words. Along with that, you have to make 1, 2 and 3. And in the final, on Saturday's class, I will send you this PDF of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day. Just relax and study hard.